Premier Racing Setups is the longest-running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
Good Monday evening, everybody. Welcome to the Digital Sim Sports Network, the Dirt Racing Network, and live coverage of the Fitzz Automotive Specialist Truck Series, presented by Midwest BBQ Equipment. Righty-lefty turny thingies tonight. They're going to go road racing here, all the way up in the Great White North, land of the Maple Leaf. Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, also known as MOSPORT. 16 of our heavy metal heroes made it in here tonight. A little smaller field than we're used to seeing on a Monday night in the Truck Series. But sometimes those right-hand turns drive drivers away. We got our old buddy TD right there, old Tiny Dancer, Scotty King into the server. He's trying to get some laps in before time gets run out. There should only be about 5 or 6 minutes. Take a look at what's left in there. Yeah, about 7.5. So then these guys will cut it down here in a few minutes for the driver's meeting, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, whatever. Talk real quick about right turns, left turns. No cautions. It'll be local cautions only here tonight. The fuel window, well, fuel window's weird. You can run 15, out there green and stay on it and try to get around. But most guys are running out when they get to the entrance to pit road to start that 16th lap. It's a 30-lap race, so you're going to have to make a decision how you want to approach. Trying to save, and have enough to stay under power all the way? Or do you want to run it super hard and then have to get a splash and go at the end? They only get one extra set of tires. They'll qualify on a set. That set will be what they start the race on. And then for that entire run, they will only get to change 4 tires one more time. So, a lot of strategies will be played out. A lot of decisions have to be made. For some guys, it's going to be just as simple as keep all 4 tires on the paved areas at all times and survive to the end. And you're probably going to garner yourself a pretty good finish. There's a couple of tricky corners. There's a lot of tough places to navigate, but there's a couple of really tricky corners. Both of them happen to be downhill. You're going to go downhill to your left. You're going to come over the crest. You're going to have to turn to your left. Truck is going to have to roll down the hill going left the whole time, and it is very difficult to see those. One of those is coming up right here for Mr. King. You can see that blue tower back there in the background. He'll go over this hill. He's got to start turning left. Now he's got to start rolling off. See? And that is what happens. You miss that corner. Now you're out here in the grass. You're rolling around. You're losing time. You're losing speed. And the other one is the next left-hander right after that, and we'll go. It's this one right here that he's in. If the truck doesn't plant and start making the corner, you can end up out in that grass as well. So, right here, downhill. There we go. Roll, man. You got to bump that little rumble strip right there, and it may push you all the way over to the right, and you've got to make that right-hand corner. So those 2 big over the hill, down the hill, left-hand corners. And that right-hander in between them is a little tricky on occasion. It's going to be a fun one. We love the left and right turns. We challenge these drivers on a weekly basis. Short track racing. Big track. Tomorrow night, the B-Car guys get the same challenge, only a different racetrack. They're going to go out wine country, out California, Sonoma, and run the road course there, 11 turns. Shane Yost off into the gravel pit. Next week, they'll be back to familiar kinds of racing. The truck guys on next Monday night will head over to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and run the Milwaukee Mile out at the fairgrounds. And our B-Car drivers go to Dover, the Monster Mile there. It is an eclectic collection of racetracks for these drivers. We're watching Austin tomorrow night. That's what I was talking about, that right-hander. He didn't quite get the nose to plant quite right, and he had to wait and let that truck settle. Now he's got to go down this left-hander, try to make all that time that he lost back up. That's Adam Vinny and I believe Garrett Boyd right in front of these two right here. And it is. That's Adam Vinny in that purple and yellow truck and Garrett Boyd in the blue and yellow truck. Boyd will continue to slide by. He gets around Adam Vinny there the last couple of corners. There's our Jared Tall buddy. Even got it on the hood of his truck. Fits on there very nicely. For Mr. Rundle. Old Father Time in here cutting laps. Looks like Brandon Steele finally made his way to the racetrack. We saw Shane Yost get off in the gravel trap a little bit ago. He's back now, off in the gravel trap again, up at the top of the hill. '69 of Mike Forstner, just across the start-finish line. I know we got some Forstner fans in the crowd. Guys, say hi in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know if you got a favorite driver. Shout them out. Hope that Chris is watching with Fitzz Automotive. Make sure we say hi to him. And if Justin and Jersey are watching over at Beef O'Brady's. Mr. Wansing, hope you're watching as well. Our Midwest Barbecue presenting sponsor. Oh, there goes Mike. He's going to go take a scenic route and have a chat with a couple of fans over here. Our friend John Fall. Hello, Deb. And there's our, and this is hard for me to say, folks. It really is. The words hurt coming out of my mouth. Our favorite engineer, old Brock Bigelow. Favorite engineer. What am I saying? I'm going to have to go get myself committed now because of having to even say that phrase. Woo! I hope none of my trade friends heard that because I will lose friends quickly. That is how this works. You said you like an engineer. That's it. We're through. Engineers and architects are not tradesmen's best friends. I can promise you that. But we like O'Brock. Pretty good character. Got a lot of character. I'll say that. And, you know, our buddy, Captain Spaulding. He no longer has that crazy Gotham City Brew truck. He's got a Fallout machine. I said, looks like that is going to do it for practice. The boys have got to get out here and get their qualifying laps in now. Now we know we have 3 drivers going to the back. Adam Vinny, Brock Bigelow, and Austin Simmelman going to the back of this field. No matter what, those 3 drivers go to the back no matter where they qualify. We're going to give these guys a chance to get out here and make a lappy lap. We're going to watch the 5 truck of Seth Wansing. We're going to try to watch several of these drivers. We got enough time here. Flick around and take a look at different trucks. Father Time, Reed Rundle. Brandon Steele just rolled out. We're going to go watch Brock Bigelow here in a moment. He just now rolled off pit road. DeMoore and Wansing are at about the same spot on the racetrack. So these 2 will be the first 2 to put themselves on the time clock. We'll watch a good portion of Seth's lap, and then we'll go watch some of Brock Bigelow's lap as well. Five truck was the fastest truck in the room for a little while. And a couple other guys went out and put down qualifying attempts. And kind of put the 5 truck about 3rd, if I remember right. He's looking pretty good here on this run so far. The next 2 corners will tell the tale. If he gets through here good and then gets through this uphill right-hand complex. It's real tight right here. Not too bad. He ought to have a pretty good lap here. That's probably going to be a low 22. If he can finish it off pretty strong. And Austin Demore already through the top of the hill complex back there. Headed up that backstretch as well. We'll jump back here in a second. We'll see where Reed Rundle is at. Final corner headed for the start-finish line. Wansing will come across. Here comes Demore. Wansing, 121.86, faster than even I thought he was going to go. Demore at a 122.08. Rundle just a little bit off of that, 123.34. Here comes the final couple of corners for Brock Bigelow's. He'll streak to the start-finish line. What does he post down for a time? Bigelow at a 122.89. No, 122.04. 122.04. A little slipping and sliding still out of the 21 truck. Let's see what kind of time Mr. Boyd puts down. Garrett Boyd, quickest at 121.61 on lap 1. Reed Rundle now. His first lap, 123.34. Trey Schmidt, 122.91 on his first lap. Shane Yost right here. Second time around. Coming to that big downhill left-hander before the quick right-hand complex at the top of the hill. He was a 122.72 on his first lap. Wansing slowed down about a half a tenth on his second lap. So his 122.86 will be his quick time. Brock Bigelow is about to complete his second lap. And Garrett Boyd is not far behind this. And Bigelow one and done. I think Boyd is just rolling it through as it looks like time is expiring on these guys. That's what happens when you take too long to get things going. Can't sit and wait and see what other people post because it's a long ways around. So officially, Garrett Boyd, your quick qualifier this evening, he does not have to go to the back. Seth Wansing, second quick, and he does not have to go to the back. Brock Bigelow has to go to the back, third quickest. He would have lined up next to Austin Demore in that second row, Demore in the 7 truck. And then Trey Schmidt, the 12, Shane Yost, the 99, they're row 3. Reed Rundle in the 43, and Tiny Dancer Scotty King shares that row with him in the 18. Brandon Steele, the 105, John Fall in the 0 truck in row 5. Larry Moody, the 73, Kevin Spalding, the 25. They make up row number 6. Then Austin Semmelman, who does end up having to go to the back. I think he just saved himself some tires and didn't qualify. And Adam Vinny in the 64. They will both stay at that back. And Mike Forstner, the 69, Doyle Lawrence, the 88, will move in front of those guys. Those two, Semmelman and Vinny, will be joined at the very back of the field by the 27 of Brock Bigelow. We'll watch those guys. We'll see how long it takes them to charge through this field. Next week, the points will be shaken greatly. No Stidham. No Cooper. I'm trying to remember who the other one is. Drives the 01 truck. I can look real fast. It only takes a second. Casey Graves is who is missing. But those drivers are moving to another series on Monday nights. They'll still be here for our Tuesday night stuff. I don't see the 88 of Doyle Lawrence. I don't see Kevin Spaulding in the 25. So, there goes Simon. Here comes Brock Bigelow to the back of the field. It should be Semmelman, then Bigelow, and then Vinny in that order back there. And Larry Moody is electing to move that 73 truck all the way to the backity back. So our front row, a couple of heavy hitters. Winners in DSRL competition. Seth Wansing's got about 4 wins in competition. I know he's got some truck wins and 1 stock car win. And then Garrett Boyd. He won at North Wilkesboro last Tuesday night in the stock cars. The most recent winner in any competition. DSRL right now. And promptly goes to blinking all over. It's 30 laps. I said it earlier. You can stretch it and you can get there. You're going to be running out as you get on pit road. Have to just coast down pit road in 35 miles an hour. It's a long. You got to be 35 when you start, and you're just going to lose speed all the way. So the end of lap 15 is halfway. Can you save a couple of laps of fuel during the run? Both sides of the break, but there are no stage breaks in this. We go from flag to flag. Local cautions only tonight. But it's just about time to drop the green flag. On Monday night, Thunder, Fitzz Automotive Specialist Truck Series presented by Midwest Barbecue Equipment as they'll go through the S's and get ready to come down. Start finish line right here in front of the crowd.
Green flag.
And the green flag in the air. Up through the gears and into the right-hander at turn number 1. Boyd grabs the point. Trey Schmidt side by side with Seth Wansing. Schmidt slides the right sides off in the grass. He's going to lose multiple spots, falls to 5th. Might keep going backwards because Brandon Steele is going to give him room to get back in. Or I'm sorry, that's Shane Yost that's going to give him room to get back in. And Reed Rundle. A little give, a little take. He lets Schmidt in. He settles himself in 5th. Yost followed by Steele, Forstner, King, Semmelman. Bigelow is now 11th. Then Vinny in the 12th spot. Fall Moody, and we go back. Spaulding and Lawrence as Kevin Spaulding is on track. It shows him minus laps, but it'll update him when we get to the start-finish line. It's lap 1 about to be completed, and Garrett Boyd will be your leader, and he's clear by 1.2 seconds. Seth Wansing, Austin DeMoore. Everybody handling the trucks just fine right here. Keep all 4 tires on the pavement. Get yourself all the way to the end. You're going to garner yourself a good finish. Little blink out of the 118 truck. Nothing to worry about. He don't stay going long, I can promise you that. Rob Bigelow now inside the top 10. He is up to the 9th spot. Closing in on the back of the 69 of Mike Forstner. Forstner across the grass. Now he's going to have to be careful right here. He's got to give up a little bit of time that he made up right there, and it's going to cost him a spot. Because while he was slowing down for the clock, Bigelow was pouring the coals on. They'll go up the hill into the right-hander before we get to the final two corners. Bigelow now up to 8th. Vinny got around Semmelman. Put him 11th. Semmelman is 12th. They're closing in on Tiny Dancer Scott King. Forstner still right in front of that, keeping himself in the top 10. The gap at the front is opening up. It's almost 2 seconds now. Boyd. Hey there, Mr. Cody Terry. Yeah, we've got some great drivers in here, man. Mondays and Tuesdays, both of the Asphalt Series have really shown that a lot of guys can make the transition. Watching the 12 truck of Trey Schmidt hanging on in 4th. He's about 3.5 seconds off the lead right now. Yost is closing in on him. Good run up the backstretch, that Mario Andretti backstretch back there. You get into these left-right complexes to come to the start-finish line. Not a lot of opportunity to pass. Go back out front, Garrett Boyd. It's 1.5 seconds now. He got the truck a little sideways out of the last corner the last time by, and he gave up about a half a second to Seth Wansing right there. Hello, Father Time. Let's take a quick ride here. Out of the cockpit, off of the helmet cam. Gramps can still get her done. Up this widely rounded and arched backstretch. It's got a couple of right-hand kinks. We'll go over the hill, and then it'll be a quick right-hander right here. And it's quick because you can carry a lot of speed through it. And then you got to whoa her up and get her into the left. So you can get her into the right-hand corner before the start-finish line, and then we're going downhill from here. Holding his own. He's keeping the spacing pretty decent between himself and Shane Yost there. Blind landing right there over that corner. Then you get another one when you come out of this next right-hander as you go into the left-hander under the bridge. It's another blind landing in a left-hand corner, and that is just inherently crazy. And now we're around and into the right, which is this one's super tight. That's more than 90 degrees right there in that corner. Well, let's get a little closer to the front because 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th are all within striking distance of one another. And they're keeping that blue truck of Boyd in sight. This will be the end of lap number 5. Wansing is keeping it close. Down to a second now. Boyd starting to slip and slide a little bit in that 21 truck. Now it's under a second. Wansing, DeMoore, Schmidt, then back to Yost in fifth. Reed Rundle now starting to lose touch with these guys, but he's got a pretty comfortable gap. But here comes a guy that went to the back. Brock Bigelow is now seventh. Truck off in the inside. And that looks like that's the 25 of Kevin Spaulding. Not going to get us stopped. It's out of harm's way. And now Spaulding rolling again after the field went by. He'll be a lap down. Man, Boyd is just drifting that 21 truck around here. The gap is shrinking too. Every time he slides, front end or the back end, Wansing gains a little bit of real estate. You can hustle the truck around here, but if you make a mistake and slip, it shows up on the stopwatch. It don't really show up too many other places, but it definitely shows up on the stopwatch. Down into the left-hander, up the hill into the quick right-hander, and the following quick right-hander, even faster right-hander. There's Just Laxon. I've been wondering where you been. He's doing all right. He's 12th right now. He's just trying to keep all four tires on the pavement. Wansing is lurking. We would cue the Jaws music, but we don't know how, well, now he closes up to within a couple of truck lengths. Seth Wansing has just steadily reeled in Garrett Boyd, and now Boyd can definitely see who it is in the mirror. They have started to put a little gap between themselves and Austin DeMoore. It's about a second. DeMoore knows that slow and steady will garner him a great finish in this race tonight, and he's going to try to keep the truck in one piece and keep himself on the racetrack and just get it to the end. Yost is still fourth. Schmidt now is fifth. Bigelow, well, he caught Reed Rundle, and he's gotten around him. Austin Semmelman back in ninth. Adam Vinny is up to the eighth spot, and he's reeling Reed Rundle in as well. I guess Mr. Vinny fighting a little bit of a case of the flu. And it doesn't seem to be showing. Lap times are good. Truck looks solid. He's carving his way up through the field. Brandon Steele got a lot of company. He's got Tiny Dancer behind him, and then Mike Forstner is right behind that. And then here comes Larry Moody up the hill. John Fall is coming up the hill behind him. Kevin Spaulding is a little ways behind those guys. He's running one lap, almost about a lap and a half down right now to the leaders. And it's about to be a battle at the front. We come back just in time because Wansing is looking for the chink in the armor. He's peeking left here, peeking right there. Boyd was out to nearly 2 seconds on about lap number 3. Since that time, the last 5-6 laps, Wansing just true and steady. A truck length, and then a truck length, and now it's down to about 3 truck lengths. And Austin DeMoore has picked up the pace a little bit. He's starting to close back in. They got them spread out pretty good now. Closest battles on the track are right here. We're watching them. These guys have to make green flag pit stops. That time the whole left side of the truck off the racetrack for Boyd. Might be starting to feel the pressure. Slow truck, that's Kevin Spaulding. He's in the grass. He's letting everybody kind of go till he can find a way to get back onto the racing surface safely. He'll put it on the pavement right here. There. Oh, Bigelow a little wide right there because the truck coming back on. A lot of gravel got pushed onto the racetrack. These drivers will have to be super careful. Here we go, battle for the lead. Wansing trying to look to the left side. Now he's going to set it up. This is not a passing zone. I watched Wansing do this in practice. That is not a passing zone. He doesn't quite get it completed there. You try to get there, and if you get alongside, you can force that car on the left to go wider in that tight corner, but he's going to get a straighter exit. And you got to be careful coming off. You can't use the whole racetrack. These two battling have allowed Austin DeMore to close right in now. One mistake from the 21 and the 5 and the 7 will be in the catbird seat once again. And Wansing is putting the pressure on. Might have tried to put too much on. Got himself a little loose there out of that final corner. We are 5 laps away from a pit stop. Boyd driving that truck for everything it's got in it. And Wansing trying to find a different line, set him up, get out of his line of vision, get alongside and force him into a tough position. Not this time. He got close. Oh, DeMore with a mistake. Yost with a mistake. Those two were off in the gravel on the left side. Both saved it, didn't hit each other. They just lost ground to the two trucks in front of them. Fastest guy on a racetrack has been Brock Bigelow, but he is kind of hanging there at about 8 seconds off the lead. Wansing had a problem getting up the backstretch out of that right-hand complex. He's given up about a half second to Boyd. Tires are getting old. They're getting greasy. They're losing some grip. Who will be the first to come? They're going to have to probably come together. They're going to have to do it at the end of lap number 15. If they want to make it with one stop. We cut it really close for them. If this was a 32-lap race, it'd be completely different. But as it is, they can potentially stretch it and make it on one stop. They are going to be locked together once again. Fantastic racing. The draft up the backstretch. Can Wansing outbrake him right here? He's not even going to try it. He wants to get him up there at the top of the hill in that right-hand complex. If he can't set him up anywhere else, he wants to try to set it up right there. DeMore and Yost have gotten single file, and they're starting to very slightly creep in on this battle right here. Oh, that time Wansing with big mistake. He drove it way too deep into that left-hand corner in turn 2. Right side tires got off the racetrack, but he was able to keep the left sides on and keep the truck going. He'll get closed in on by DeMore and give up space to Boyd, but I think he'll run him right back down. There goes Boyd with a huge mistake. And now a big problem for the 21 truck as he'll fall all the way to 4th. Didn't even have pressure on him, and it puts Wansing out front. He gathers it back up. He'll come out fourth. He's 2 seconds behind the leader, and now Wansing has it in hand. He's just got to get around and get to pit stops. Austin D'Amore, not just an oval racer. Let's go check on Brock Bigelow. Bigelow now 6 seconds behind the leaders. Started at the back of the field. He's up to 6th. Adam Vinny is 7th, not that far behind. There goes Reed Rundle to pit road, our first taker. Our first taker to go to pit road. That'll let Austin Semmelman, who also went to the back with Vinny and Bigelow, to sneak by and come up to 8th position. Scotty King, Brandon Steele, Mike Forstner, Larry Moody, John Fall, then Kevin Spaulding has taken the 25 truck off the track. $16 to go. Can they go one more lap out here out front? Nobody right now taking it to pit road. Oh, there we go. There goes one. Shane Yost, Garrett Boyd both head for pit road. That was not something that I expected to see. I expected at least Boyd to go one more time around. Bigelow came in. So did Trey Schmidt. So now we got to watch it. They got to make it around. If they make it around, it's a one-stop race. The Moore backed way off of Wansing. He was up there within about 0.3 of a second. Now it's almost 1.3 seconds. So the drivers are coming out of the pits now. We'll see. It's 33 seconds. We're definitely going to see the 5 truck headed for pit road. And the 7 truck will follow him in. So when they hit their stalls, we're going to find out where Garrett Boyd in 3rd place is. He should be about to that complex coming up the backstretch. And he is coming out of the finishing corner right here. And Wansing is just now dropping off the jack. Now, I'm wondering if we had a pit road speeding penalty on the 5 truck. Austin D'Amore out. He is Gandhi. There's Garrett Boyd about 3.7 seconds behind. Trey Schmidt, Adam Vinny, Brock Bigelow, Reed Rundle, and then Seth Wansing is 7th. Went in the lead, came out in 7th. That is a long time on pit road. Up to the quick right-hand complex, and Wansing is right there on Rundle. Man, he was almost on that right rear corner. as Brandon Steele in the 105 in behind this battle right here. Rundle to the right. That allows Wansing to have a clear sailing getting into that big right-hander before the two finishing corners, and that'll put him up to the 6th spot, 16.8 seconds behind this guy right here. Garrett Boyd closing it in. Boyd is now down to 2.3 seconds. And I got to wonder, did DeMore take a chance that he could get a big enough lead by taking fuel only, no tires? Try to get to the end and just stave off the field. They have got a 10-second lead over third place Trey Schmidt right now. Brock Bigelow went to the back and now in a position, if he can pass one more truck, he's got him a podium spot working. Adam Vinny is right behind that. Then Seth Wansing getting around John Fall. There goes Larry Moody off to the right side of the track. He's going to be out of the way. Everybody will get by. And he'll get it spun around and going once again. He's back in 13th right there. But DeMore doing a pretty good job of holding off the 21 of Boyd. He's opened it back up to 2.7 seconds. This is the truck I want to watch, the 27 of Bigelow, because he's trying to get onto the podium. And he's going to have to pass a tough customer, and he can't get it out of shape like that too many more times. Adam Vinny steadies the course, made his way into the top 5. Very likely going to be your points leader going into next week. Seth Wansing is closing in on Adam Vinny right now. This is why we do this series the way we do it. Light fuel load of 50%, limited number of tires. Drivers have to make choices. And right now, Austin DeMoore's choice, which I'm positive was a no tire stop, has got him 2.2 seconds out in front with 11 laps to go. It's actually just about 11 and a half laps to go. Now, Boyd has tires, and if he can make the tires work for him, he can reel in the 7 truck. Trey Schmidt, pretty sure he took tires. His right front fender's caved in just a little bit. He's currently sitting third. Brock Bigelow is reeling him in. Adam Vinny is holding station off the bumper of Bigelow, and now Seth Wansing is trying to close up. And Wansing had the longest pit stop of any driver here today. Went in with the lead, come out 7th. Now runs 6th, but he's closing in on 5th. He went from being in the lead to being over 13 seconds behind the leader. The truck that he came in with, Austin DeMore. He's got a lot of ground to make up to get to Trey Schmidt to even get on the podium here. And right now, DeMore holding off Garrett Boyd, but it is down to 1.6 seconds. Tiny Dancer with an off-track excursion there and the right-hand complex at the top of the hill, middle of the track. Right in front of these guys. He's just headed up that long backstretch right in front of the leaders. Bigelow has gotten to Schmidt. Does he have the run up the backstretch to get around him? That's the question. A little blue oval battle going on up the backstretch, and it looks like Bigelow will have. Ooh, no, he won't. Schmidt will drive it deep into the corner. And Bigelow will protect his truck. But here's the battle. Vinny and Wansing are side by side. And Seth Wansing now pulls ahead into 5th position. Now he's 3 seconds behind that Schmidt-Bigelow battle. Want to go back to that because Bigelow is not giving up on this. Down the hill. And then up the other side into the 2 quick right-handers. Bigelow's going to have to get going because Wansing's got clear track and he is closing the gap quickly. Wansing will make it a 2-for-1. Bigelow now pulls to the inside. Is he going to try to outbrake Schmidt? Going to make him drive it hard in there. That is part of the game. He made Schmidt change his line, get off his rhythm, and then he made an easy pass out of it. So Bigelow now to 3rd. Schmidt is 4th, and Wansing is closing in. I see Mike Forstner headed to pit road. That looks like that truck is dipped over on the left front a little. Maybe it was just the angle of pit road going in. Austin D'Amore now knows that Boyd is there. They both got to make it to the very end of this thing. D'Amore's got 1 extra lap on track that Boyd doesn't have. Boyd went in the end of lap 14, beginning of lap 15, and D'Amore went in at the end of lap 15, beginning of lap 16. They'll be closing in on Scott King, Tiny Dancer here during this next lap. D'Amore, Boyd, and then it is 9 seconds back to Bigelow, and it is 2.5 seconds back to Schmidt. Wansing is still behind Schmidt. Adam Vinny still in 6th, closing the gap ever so slightly to get to the back bumper of the 5 truck. He just gave up a spot to that 5 truck a couple laps ago. And Trey Schmidt, shallow entry into that corner, slides the truck off the right side. He'll give up the spot to Wansing. He'll give up the spot to Adam Vinny, moving back to 6th now. He was 3rd 2 laps ago. The laps are starting to wind down. We're single digits now. Lap truck in front of your leaders. Scott King. King currently in 10th, a lap down. About to be a lap down. Excuse me. Smoothie time. Shout out to my wife and the people over at Tropical Smoothie. Just got a smoothie delivered to my desk. Austin D'Amore still out in front. Now, Brock Bigelow got around Trey Schmidt, and he has yarded himself from Seth Wansing. It's going to be hard to make up that much distance without a mistake. Vinny is still fifth. Trey Schmidt and Austin Semmelman just a little bit behind these guys. Reed Arundel with a solid run in eighth. Brandon Steele, Scott King, and King just now getting a lap. Garrett Boyd has fallen back off of D'Amore. Six laps to go. Bigelow at the start-finish line now. Wansing goes across the start-finish line. Then Adam Vinny. So they're starting to get pretty spread out around the track. Car off up in front. Not sure who that was, but it was off the track right there in the right-hand complex at the top of the hill. Boyd going to lap Scott King here up the backstretch. And that'll put a truck between himself and Brock Bigelow, who is not that far behind. He can see him. Wansing, Vinny, Schmidt. That's your top six. Starter stand about to wave to driver 7. 5 to go. The wave lap. Can D'Amore pick up another win? Seems like they may start coming in bunches for the driver of the 7 truck. Checking on Bigelow. He is still 5 seconds behind Garrett Boyd, and it's another 3 seconds back to Seth Wansing. The leader at pit stops fell back to 7th or 8th when he came out. And has had to work. Oh, and a big mistake out of the leader. Got the left side tires up on the rumble strip, spun the truck around, and now he's going to have to try to play catch up and catch the 21 coming to 4 to go. What a big mistake. And we'll go back. Let's watch that happen. He just gets the left side tires up on that rumble strip. He's good here. He's not good there when he puts the throttle in it. Old tires. We said he didn't take tires on the pit stop. He just took fuel and was going to try to use that extra few seconds to get out front and hold off everybody charging at him. And it was working. But all it takes is that teeny little mistake right there. Can he get back to Boyd? Does Boyd have enough fuel to make it to the end, first of all? But will that mistake haunt the 7 truck? His pit road woes seem to be over. Pit stops have gotten a ton better. Now it's just making mistakes in bad spots. This is where it got him before, and it almost gets Boyd this time. Boyd able to hold the truck The gap shrinks. Now it's just about a half a second. That's a tough corner to navigate lap after lap after lap after lap perfectly. And I don't honestly feel like it's even the toughest corner on this racetrack. But now that Demore is there, I know he can see. I didn't throw it all the way away. I can go and get it. Will he make another mistake on those older tires? Boyd got a little wide in that corner. That let Demore close up a little bit more. We're 3 to go. We're going to stay on the leaders. Brock Bigelow is 4 seconds back. Seth Wansing is 6.4. If that battle closes up a little, we may drop back and take a look, but I think we're going to see fireworks up here at the front. The 21 faded at the end of the last fuel run. Made a mistake up here at the top of the hill, went from first to fourth. Promptly pitted right after that. We'll see if he makes another mistake here. He navigates it pretty good this time. Demore as well, Bigelow as well. It's going to be 2 to go this time by. A lot of questions. Will the tires hold up for the 7? Will he try to force the issue and make a mistake? Will the 21 make a mistake? Does he even have enough fuel to get to the checkered flag? Are both of these drivers going to end up having issues, and Brock Bigelow is going to be able to steal a victory here on the road course? We're 2 to go, and we're going to find out momentarily. Bigelow still third, 4 seconds off of this battle. Boyd is driving the wheels literally off of the 21 truck. He is sliding in almost every single corner. In, up the hill, doesn't take it to the rumble strips. Good corner for the 21, good corner for the 7, good corner for the 27. 5 truck got on the rumble strips, but he makes a good corner out of it. 64 of Vinny. Everybody through there good. We're up the backstretch. Out of the final 2 corners, it's going to be white flag time. Does Boyd have the fuel to make it? He can't rest at all. He has got to go, 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 because Austin Demore is there. White flag of this time. It stays about 0.4 of a second. Bigelow is closing in, but he's going to run out of real estate. One more time, under the bridge and down the hill to left-hander, up to the corner that's given both the 7 and the 21 trouble this evening. Into it, through it. It looks like they're both going to get out of it. Now it's a race up the backstretch. Demore spun the tires. It opens the gap to 0.8 of a second. That could be the death nail right there. Into the last right-hander before the 2 finishing corners. Boyd. Can he coast it home? Is he going to run out of fuel? Lap truck moves to the right. Boyd through the left-hander. Final right-hander. Garrett Boyd's going to go to victory lane in the Fitzz Automotive Truck Series, presented by Midwest Barbecue at MOSPORT. Demore second, and Bigelow comes home third. Wansing hangs on for fourth. Adam Vinny atop 5. Trey Schmidt A distant sixth, Semmelman, Arundel, and King. Back through ninth, Larry Moody keeps it running all night long, and he'll bring it home in a top 10 position. John Fall, Mike Forstner, Brandon Steele, Shane Yost, Kevin Spaulding, and Doyle Lawrence will wind the field up. So a road course for the trucks. And everybody handles themselves fantastically. We may not get to talk to our winner. I hope he figures his stuff out and brings a microphone. He was having microphone troubles, could not talk to us in the Discord. Garrett Boyd is out of fuel, and they're pushing him up the backstretch to bring him home. Austin DeMore with the pushes. He stretched every ounce of it, and now he's going to get a push home. So we'll wait for the drivers to get back around, park them over here for us on our front stretch. We like the road racing. It takes a lot to get it all good on camera for you guys. But when we get to see a great race like we did see tonight, and we did see a good one, I'm excited for tomorrow to see how these boys do at Sonoma in the stock car series. But they've got them around on the front stretch. Let's start trying to talk to our drivers. And let's get the driver that comes home third tonight. He had to take that thing all the way to the back after qualifying, and I talked to him pre-race. I wasn't sure where his confidence level was at, but Brock Bigelow, a third place tonight, and that was gotta be one of the most exhausting drives you've had in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, exhausting, but honestly, third place, I'm a little bit frustrated with myself because one goof going into the last sector, and just probably an inch too far to the right when I pit cost me the time, and I felt like I had the speed. I got in a good rhythm, and it was a fun drive. This track is awesome. Not bad for remembering at 10 o'clock last night sitting in the chair that, oh no, I have a road course this week. I should probably get the track in practice.
Well, you got to ask you, a lot of guys, this place is so tough, and we saw the truck slipping and sliding, and to me, if you're wrestling the truck, getting it around any car, doesn't matter if it's a truck or any car, on the road courses, that kind of adds to the overall experience of it because you got to toss it left, you got to toss it right. Once you find that rhythm and you find them comfort zones, you really can make a lot of speed doing that.
Oh, you absolutely can. I mean, these things are like elephants on ice skates getting around a road course. I mean, the track is hot, it's greasy. I mean, we put a lot of rubber down in happy hour, and just the track was getting hotter as the race went on, and that's the thing. I mean, just keeping the truck nice and balanced. You got to dance with it. You got to keep it nice and balanced. You don't want to be throwing weight around by stabbing the gas or stabbing the brake. You just kind of want to be smooth and steady. I mean, that's how I like to drive just in general, not just on road courses, and that seemed to work. It seemed to work here. I mean, Vinny and I and one of our other Midwest guys just did the Bathurst 12, and if I can learn Bathurst, Mount Panorama, I can learn any road course at this point. That track is brutal.
Absolutely. Absolutely brutal.
This is a cakewalk compared to that one.
Well, the rubber thing, let's talk about that real quick before I ask you an important question. The happy hour, change of how the servers run. You got to see a lot of rubber get put down. We could see it in the corners. We could see those dark grooves starting to come in. What did that do for the racing compared to if we would have started this 30-lap run on a green track? What was the difference?
It was definitely a slower pace. I mean, it was when the heat was on the track, like right now the sun's out, sun shining on different parts of the track. It just got slick. I mean, the rubber just melting, doing what it does. You had to really be careful. I mean, some spots were taking on rubber and were getting more grip, but some spots were getting hot where everybody was running, and it was just making it definitely a challenge. I mean, the thing with these, the biggest challenge at this track is the going downhill into a bad camber corner, like turn 2, then coming up through that little valley section. The when you're going down and the weight comes off the truck, it wants to dart to the outside. It wants to slide. So putting rubber down there, and then the sun coming out and making it all greasy was. You had to work. I mean, you had to work. I mean, I'm excited to see what it does on an oval. Rubber in the track end and making multiple grooves. But here, I mean, you were more focused on hitting your marks and hitting the same line every time. I mean, if there's something there to make you slide around, that just is what it is. He's got to kind of adapt on the fly.
Awesome job. Now, the big question, there were 2 setups offered through the league tonight. One was looser, the other one was more neutral. Which one, if either one, did you run? And do you think it helped you with the track conditions? Or was there something you would have done different?
Well, I ran, full disclosure, I ran yours because I didn't really practice with the other one. So I wanted a little bit more balance. I didn't need the back to be rotating too much going into the corners. I was trying to pull up nice and straight and trail brake, keeping the weight on the nose. That's the important thing, keeping the weight on the front tires. Just even big toe on the brake was enough to bring the weight forward and give you that extra forward bite to get through the corner. So getting in nice and early so you can get back on the throttle nice and early. I think as the race went on, I was really glad that it was kind of not on the snug side, but more tightened up than the other setup was. So that, yeah, I mean, I think that the other setup won the race. So,
well, we watched him slip and slide everywhere. So,
yeah, I know, and I'm like I said, if I wouldn't have screwed up pit road and wouldn't have went off on the last sector there, I might have been in with a shout. But I was using everything up just to run them down. So, but it was a lot of fun.
Well, an awesome job, man. Give me some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you go get a good deep breath and celebrate a little bit with a top 3 run.
Sure thing. First, for the DSRL sponsors, Truck Series sponsors, I'd like to thank Fitzz Automotive Services, Midwest Barbecue Equipment, Rockin' K Logistics, Edmund Trophy and Awards, Scott King Designs, the Digital Sim Sports Network, and the Dirt Racing Network. And my sponsors, TCW Construction, My UP Home, Dan Bundy Logging, 9 Welding Equipment Services. Thanks for putting on an awesome broadcast. I'm sure I'll be watching that, if not tonight, first thing in the morning. And yeah, this was a lot of fun.
All right, man. Well, fantastic job on the sponsor script. We appreciate that greatly. Congrats on the run, and I will look forward to seeing you, if not tomorrow night, on Wednesday night over at Midwest Trucks.
For sure, for sure. Tune in Wednesday. Midwest kicks off. So more of these guys and more fun.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats again, buddy.
Appreciate you, Roger. Thank you.
Brock Bigelow finishing third tonight, and now let's grab the driver. He had it all in his hands. One teeny, tiny little and he's going to come home second, but all in all, I feel like it was a fantastic run for Austin Demore tonight. Austin, have you had time to catch your breath?
Yes.
Are you still mad at
Mistake.
yourself?
Yes, I missed a shift going there into the right-hander and
Ah,
tried to catch him, but I didn't want to overdrive it, so I settled for second.
well, the pit stop, you took fuel only. Is that correct?
Yes,
I thought that you tried to save that extra 2-3 seconds and get out in front of everybody, and then it was just I'm going to have to fend them off because they all took tires. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
Yeah, everybody else pretty much took tires. You're the only one that went with the no tire strategy. Looked like it was going to pay off until about, 5 to go there. And you get up to the top of the hill. And I got to imagine there were a whole lot of colorful words going on inside that helmet. But how many laps did it how many laps did it take for you to get refocused? Because we saw you close in, and then he makes a mistake in the same corner, and it almost opened the door back up for you.
Yeah, after that happened, I gathered everything up and I was just trying to stay smooth. And when he made the mistake, I didn't want to make the mistake on getting in there and getting into him. I wanted to race Garrett clean. So I just wanted to. I was happy with a top 5 tonight. I wasn't expecting second tonight because I'm not really known for road courses. They're not my specialty and they're not my favorite type of racing. But overall, a good run tonight.
Well, what we can say is that it looks like most of your pit road woes, if not all, have been fixed. But now you have found a new way to give races away by missing shifts. So we're going to have to work on that.
Yes. Thankfully, we don't do it too often.
I was getting ready to say, you got a road course coming tomorrow night in the B card, and then that'll probably be about it for shifting for the rest of the season. So you can just poo-poo that and let it go to the side and forget about it till next season when we bring back another fantastic road course. Overall, your impression of MOSPORT?
I like it. It's really fun. A lot of twists and turns here, uphills. It's not just a flat road course.
All right. So I asked Brock the same thing I'm going to ask you. Adding the happy hour into the session and putting down a bunch of rubber, did it enhance the experience? And in that same context, what did it add or take away from what you would believe the road course should be had we started on a green track?
With the limited road course experience that I have, the extra hour and 20 minutes just helped me focus on getting in a rhythm and getting my shifts down right, which I messed up, but it just helped me practice on rhythm, really.
So could you feel any difference getting into and out of the corners from the sessions that we had last week where the rubber was not prevalent going into and out of the corners? Could you feel a difference?
Kind of. I ran my fastest lap, I think, on lap 8, 9, and then it was just consistent speed after that. I feel like laying the rubber down helps out because the track never changes. It just progressively gets more rubber down.
Well, an awesome job, man. We're going to probably keep that as part of our weekly show. Do that happy hour and let the rubber build up on the ovals, see if it opens up racing lanes as we continue through this season. But you did a fantastic job tonight. Second place out here. Give me some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you go celebrate.
Just got to thank the teammates. Got to thank Fitzz Automotive Service, Midwest Barbecue Equipment, Rock King Logistics, Edmund Trophy and Awards, Scott King Designs, and the Digital Sim Sports Network and the Dirt Racing Network.
All right, man. Congrats on the run. Go celebrate with your teammates, and I'll come visit with you guys after a bit.
All right, thank you.
Austin DeMore finishing here in second, and now we're not going to get a chance to talk to Mr. Garrett Boyd. He was having microphone problems, but I know he would want to thank all the sponsors across the board and say that he thought he had a plan. It kind of went sideways. Then he got a chance to get it back when DeMore made a mistake. He about threw it away. And he made a mistake in the same corner a few laps later. But he was able to hold on, and he's very happy to get a win at the road course here. I know that he is. I'm sure that he's still watching. If I miss something, Garrett, you send me a message tomorrow. We won't add it to the show tonight. But congrats on the run. Congrats on the win, man. And we'll see if you can go road course back-to-backs coming in tomorrow night in the Stock Car Series at Sonoma. I want to give a big shout-out to all the sponsors. The guys did a great job getting you guys all out there. Fitzz Automotive Services, Midwest Barbecue, Rockin' K Logistics, everybody that helps us put this thing on, all of the admins at DSRL that help put this thing together, the fans who sit and watch all the races and chat with me every single night. You guys are great. I hope you enjoy this as much as we enjoy bringing it to you. We have got a fantastic group of racers. You're going to see another great race tomorrow night on the road course at Sonoma with the guys in the stock car series. It should be a barn burner. We're going to do the same thing we did here tonight. There'll be no caution. It'll be local cautions only. They're going to have to make some choices on pit road. It's a few more laps. So we'll see how they handle that. And then I'm excited to get the Midwest Truck Series kicked off again on Wednesday nights. It's been a minute since we've had some Wednesday shows. So we got a full week for you. And we'll see what happens with the Sunday guys. If we go back and do another show for them, they're at Echo Park, I know, coming up Sunday. So we'll see if we're there or not. But we're trying to put more racing on the network for you guys because we know you enjoy it and we love bringing it to you. I want to thank you all for being here. Without you, there's no reason for us to do it. With all the great leagues giving us awesome racing like we see each and every night here. There's nothing to cover, so high five, a pat on the back to everybody involved in both sides of that. Till we see you again, peace and love to everybody. Keep the rough side facing down.